Welcome back to this nameless series where I take a look at battles in the Pokemon anime and tell you what doesn't make sense and what I think should happen. We're taking a break from the Battle Frontier, even though I've gotten a couple more recommendations from that arc. I'll get to them, but I want to talk about one of the most notorious battles in the entirety of the anime, Ash versus Tobias. Here are the ground rules. Rule number 1, we play by the rules of the generation the battle takes place in. For example, prior to Generation 4, whether a move was physical or special depended on its type. All fire moves were special, all normal moves were physical, etc. Rule number 2, Pokemon are not limited to the moves they use in the episode. Just because Arcanine uses Ember, that doesn't mean it's stuck with it. If this was a real competitive battle, you would use the best moves a Pokemon can possibly learn. In the same vein, I am also not limiting them to 4 moves if they use more than 4 moves in the episode. Rule number 3, egg moves are fair game. Plenty of Pokemon in the anime use moves that are impossible to learn without breeding. Ash's Pikachu knows Volt Tackle, so anything is fair game. Number 4, all Pokemon in battle will be treated as if they have no EVs and a hardy nature. We don't know what sets they are running, so this makes the most sense to make sure it's even. As well, they will all be treated as if they are level 50, since that's what real tournaments are set at. Still, even moves learned after level 50 are in play, just like in real games. It's not a perfect system, but what can you do? It's an anime. And number 5, the most important rule. This is just for fun. Don't take it too seriously. Obviously, expecting the anime to follow the rules of the games is just silly. It doesn't make sense, but that's the point. Let's just have fun with it. With all of that said, this is Ash versus Tobias. Ash Ketchum is the Lord of Plot Armor.
She smiled.
This kid has so many instances where he should have lost, but he had to win because anime has to anime. He has a Corphish that can take down an Arcanine, a Pikachu that can take down a Dragonite. It's really something. However, this battle is different. Spoiler alert here, but Ash actually loses. I mean, sure, Ash loses quite a bit. His plot armor sometimes favors another character. But I'm wondering, could Ash have actually beaten Tobias? Does this absolute edgelord always win this battle? Is there no way to beat him? Let's go over what happens and try to give Ash some pointers so he can hopefully win a rematch. Most of Ash's opponents use Pokemon that are usually very beatable. Tucker's Arcanine and Swampert combo was good but had plenty of flaws, and Brandon's team was straight trash, let's be honest. Ash usually has a pretty good chance if he just uses that noggin to come up with some valid strategies. I'm sure this will be no different. I mean, look at this guy. He looks like the edgy kid in the back of the class who thinks he's the coolest person ever while everyone else thinks he's just cringe. He's even got the whole hair covering one eye thing, like he's constantly telling his mom that it's not a phase. Anyway, enough roasting this guy. Let's see what he's bringing to the table. What you got? Something edgy kids like to use? Weavile? Zangoose? Something like that?
They're coming for me. No! Stay back!
Wait, where'd you get that?
Okay, first of all, look at how this dude throws his Pokeball. He's a dork. Second, how does this dude have a Darkrai? For the uninitiated, Darkrai is a mythical Pokemon. Mythicals are like legendaries, but much more special, sort of. Really, the only thing that sets them apart is that they are usually event exclusive. This used to mean that you had to go to a physical event to get your hands on one, but now they're usually given out via online events. Some might tell you that mythicals are just legendaries that are one of a kind. This is untrue. Maybe they tell you that mythicals are legendaries who have base stats that are even across the board. Nope. You could hear that mythicals are more powerful legendaries. Also, no, for the most part. The only thing that strictly sets legendaries and mythicals apart is the event thing. But even then, some mythicals aren't technically event exclusive. So what really makes a mythical? Game Freak. That's it. If Game Freak says so, it's a mythical. And arguing with Game Freak is like arguing with the wall. Just let it go. All of this is to say, how did this dude get a Darkrai? Did he go to an event? Did he get it in a trade? Did he buy it on eBay? Now, most mythicals are pretty good Pokemon. They are also all banned from official competitive play because not everybody can get them. They also tend to have really broken attacks or abilities. Again, for the most part. Darkrai in particular has one of the most broken moves in all of Pokemon. Dark Void is an attack that puts Pokemon to sleep. It was broken for two reasons. One, 80% accuracy in a sleep move. Sleep is one of the strongest status effects in the game. Sleep-inducing moves are usually balanced by having low accuracy or low distribution. Dark Void's 80% accuracy is a game changer. And the second reason is that it is a spread move. It attacks both targets in a double battle. Not that it's relevant here, but it's just crazy that this move even exists. Funny enough, Dark Void got nerfed into oblivion because it was too broken for official tournaments, which are always double battles. How was this move used in official tournaments if Darkrai was banished to the Shadow Realm? Well, Smeargle can use it. It's pretty funny. But I'm talking about this way too much. The point is that Darkrai is very strong. It has a broken signature move and very good stats, and that's not even mentioning its unique ability. We're told before this episode that Tobias easily rolled over all 8 Sinnoh gyms using Darkrai alone. I am not surprised. Now, what could Ash possibly use against this behemoth of a lead?
Okay, Heracross, I choose you!
Huh, you know, that's actually not a bad choice. This is actually bad news for Darkrai. This is a perfect type matchup for Ash. Both Bug and Fighting are super effective against Dark, and Heracross can learn both Close Combat and Mega Horn. Looking at damage calcs, Heracross has a distinct advantage because both of these moves are a guaranteed one-hit KO 100% of the time. The safer bet is Close Combat since it has 100% accuracy, even though Mega Horn is just as effective if it lands. That being said, Darkrai still has one advantage over Heracross, and it's nothing to scoff at. Darkrai is significantly faster. When it comes to competitive battling, speed is kind of everything.
Yo, you wanna see some real speed?
You can have the best moves, the best type matchup, the best stats, but it all can mean nothing if you can't move first. Here, Darkrai will go first, and if it lands Dark Void, Heracross is getting dropped faster than a Jeff the Land Shark getting solo ulted.
I'm gonna kill you!
Now, none of Darkrai's moves would one-shot Heracross, but if it can land Dark Void, that really won't matter. 2 Psychics, and it's over.
It has been determined that Ash gets the first move. Begin!
Alright, bro, let's not act like y'all actually take turns in this show. Let's be serious.
Heracross, use Hyper Beam now!
Hyper Beam? Why? Yeah, Hyper Beam is, really powerful and all that, but it's one of the worst moves in the game. You have to recharge after using it, and since it's only gonna do like 20% of Darkrai's health, you better hope whatever Darkrai uses is just as bad.
Darkrai, Ice Speed, let's go!
This is the guy who steamrolled all of the gym leaders with little effort. The guy using Ice Beam on a Darkrai against a Heracross. What? While Ice Beam isn't like a bad attack or anything, it's just so mid here. It's not super effective. Darkrai doesn't get the same type attack bonus from using it. Like, are you hoping for the 10% freeze chance? Is that it? You have an 80% sleep chance if you use the move your ace is literally known for. Come on. Well, whatever. These two moves just collide in midair without doing anything. Harry Potter style. It goes without saying, but that's not how this works. Unless a move misses due to accuracy rates, a straight up attack can't just get canceled out like this. But if it could, Hyper Beam would just go right through Ice Beam. So Ash follows up this terrible move with another terrible move. Horn Attack, even though he shouldn't be able to since Heracross would have to recharge after, using Hyper Beam. This is just a mid-normal type move that has no business being used in a tournament setting like this. Ash, does your Heracross not know a single fighting or bug type move?
What's wrong with you?
Darkrai, use Dark Void!
And there it is. Ash, you had your chance and you lost it. Unless you get super lucky waking up first turn, Heracross is gonna get absolutely wiped by Darkrai here. But Ash has Heracross use Sleep Talk to keep fighting. Sleep Talk is a move that randomly selects one of your other moves when it is used by a sleeping Pokemon. Unless you're Pimp Knight or something, you probably shouldn't have Sleep Talk on your set. But of course, Ash being Ash, gets incredibly lucky. Heracross's Sleep Talk miraculously turns into Mega Horn. If it lands against Darkrai, it is 100% guaranteed to knock it out in one shot. If that happens, then it's bye-bye to Darkrai's undefeated streak. And that's it. Darkrai is definitely knocked out. Again, I ask, how? How did this guy so easily steamroll the entire region? His best Pokemon was easily taken out by...
Darkrai, use Dream Eater!
Wait, what?
Heracross is unable to battle.
Yeah, there's no way this happened. There is a 0% chance that Darkrai could survive the hit. It seems Tobias's plot armor is even thicker than Ash's.
You'll need more than type advantage to defeat my Darkrai.
Buddy, shut up.
Okay, Torkoal, I choose you!
Alright man, see, I like Torkoal a lot, okay? But let's be honest, is Torkoal really the best choice you have here? Torkoal doesn't even have Drought yet. Outside of setting up stealth rocks or like yawn shenanigans, Torkoal is not really fit to fight a Darkrai one-on-one. Listen to Torkoal's cry though.
Torkoal, Tor!
I love it. So Ash has his Torkoal fire off a flamethrower. Is this a bad move? No, but it's coming from a Torkoal. Best case scenario, it does 41% of Darkrai's health. Not that Darkrai would still be standing by now, but we can ignore that for the moment. Darkrai retaliates with a Dark Pulse, knocking out Torkoal in one shot.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, even a Torkoal wouldn't get one-shotted by a Dark Pulse. It's clear that Tobias has snuck in a level 100 Pokemon against Ash's level 50 Pokemon. There is just no other way to explain any of this. So with Torkoal down in no time flat, it is time to pull some main character shenanigans, Ash. Show this dude why your partner Pokemon makes more money than the GDP of most countries.
Gibble, I choose you!
Gibble? This is near the very end of the Diamond and Pearl series. Why is this thing still just a Gibble? At this point, you should have a Garchomp, Ash. Garchomp would actually be very useful. Gibble has one middling stat and the rest are unusable. Why are you bringing a pre-evolved Pokemon to this big end-of-season tournament? To prove something? Aren't you trying to win?
Quick, Gibble, use Rock Smash!
And Gibble nails a super effective Rock Smash!
Yeah, Rock Smash is super effective and all that, but it's coming from a Gibble. It's not gonna make a dent in this magical, invincible Darkrai. Tobias responds by commanding Darkrai to use Ice Beam, and Gibble dodges it. I don't even think I have to say it at this point, but you can't normally dodge Ice Beam like this.
Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me.
But if you could, honestly, it just delays the inevitable. An Ice Beam could literally knock out 3 Gibbles at the same time. This little land shark is out of its depth.
Alright, Gibble, use Draco Meteor!
A good move, to be sure, but again, this is coming from a Gibble. 40 special attack isn't letting that 140 base power shine. Not that it matters because Darkrai dodges it, which actually is possible. Then it knocks out Gibble with a single Dark Pulse just like Torkoal. It's worth noting that Dark Pulse can't possibly one-shot Gibble with the parameters we set, but do you care?
We're just getting started! Sceptile, I choose you!
Alright, see, there we go. Sceptile isn't the strongest Pokemon in the world or anything, but this is following a Gibble, so I'll take it.
Ash is planning to get the upper hand with Sceptile's speed and power.
Yeah, Darkrai has a higher speed and special attack stat than Sceptile, so...
What's the matter? Is he stupid?
So Sceptile attacks with a quick attack. I mean, I guess if you just really wanted to move first, then that's your best bet. But quick attack is weak and Sceptile's attack stat isn't high enough for this to even provide enough chip damage to justify using it. Either way, Darkrai dodges it. You can't do that. Darkrai counters with an Ice Beam that would do huge damage to a Sceptile. I guess Sceptile doesn't get to attack though, because Darkrai follows up with a Dark Void, putting Sceptile to sleep. At this point, it would definitely be GG, but Sceptile is blessed by the plot armor gods and manages to wake up mid-attack. I mean, sure. Whatever. Sceptile finally manages to land an attack, a Leaf Blade, against Darkrai, finally knocking it out. With the hits Darkrai has taken, Leaf Blade would surely finish it off, even though it should have been knocked out ages ago, but let's just move on. So Tobias, for the first time in his career, I guess, has to use his second Pokemon, a Latios. You know what, I get it now. Tobias is that kid that always wants to bring legendaries to every battle, thinking they'll get him an automatic win. You know the type of person I'm talking about. You know who you are. Dylan. Real talk, Latios is a powerhouse of a Pokemon, and Ash had better have some crazy tricks up his sleeve to pull off a clutch like this, but I doubt it.
Now, use Leaf Blade!
Ash. Someone needs to brush up on their type matchups. Dragon resists grass, so this is a pretty stupid move. But due to anime logic, this move doesn't land, and Sceptile gets finished off with a Giga Impact from Latios. I mean, that's not the move I would have chosen, but you do you, I guess. Sceptile learns some effective moves against Latios, like Crunch, and what else, I guess, like Hidden Power Ice? Yeah, okay, I mean, Sceptile was done for either way, but you could have gone down swinging. You know, at least Latios will have to, recharge after Giga Impact.
Latios took out Sceptile with just one move.
Oh, you mean the Sceptile who took an Ice Beam from a Darkrai? That one? Where are they getting these announcers?
Okay, Swallow, I choose you!
Okay, Ash, do you have anything better? Gliscor, Torterra, something. This is just a normal bird. So what do you think happens? You think Swallow wins? Well, let's just speed run this. Swallow uses Aerial Ace, it does nothing despite literally not being able to miss, and Latios one-shots it with Luster Purge. I mean, Luster Purge shouldn't one-shot a Swallow, but again, I'm pretty certain that Tobias brought level 100 legendaries here and will probably throw a fit when they disqualify him for it. So Ash is only down to one Pokemon. Maybe he will finally use one of his powerhouses, something he's been hiding. He's gonna need to bring his best, something so overwhelmingly powerful that it— Alright, come on, you already know what his last Pokemon is.
Let's do this! Pikachu, I choose you!
Alright, Pikachu, you are out of your depth here. Your stats are mid, you're at a type disadvantage. What are you doing here? Just go back to Ash. I'll call you when I need a Macy's parade balloon or something. I mean, what can I even say? Why even analyze this? A Pikachu cannot beat a Latios. It just won't happen. Quick Attack, Volt Tackle, Iron Tail, Thunderbolt, all of Pikachu's moves will tickle Latios. And Pikachu uses all of these moves in this battle, and it's not enough. Even after like 5 Thunderbolts in a row, Latios doesn't go down just like it wouldn't in the games. Not that Pikachu would have gotten this far anyway, because the first attack Latios lands is a Giga Impact, which would easily knock out Pikachu in one hit. To Pikachu's credit, it does manage to knock out Latios, but it also gets knocked out in the process. Is this possible? No, but it doesn't matter, because Ash has no Pokemon left and Tobias still has 4. Ash loses. Finally, some realism. Here's where I would normally try to help Ash make some better choices to win, but I can't really do that all the way here. We only see 2 of Tobias' Pokemon. For all we know, he could have 4 shiny Arceuses or 4 Magikarps. There's just no way to know. So we'll just take a look at what Ash should have done versus the 2 Pokemon that we do see. As for Darkrai, well, Ash already had a great choice in Heracross. It's not perfect. If Heracross gets hit by a Dark Void, then it's game over. Darkrai's Psychic wouldn't knock out Heracross in one move, so it would have to rely on Heracross being asleep for at least 2 turns. If Heracross gets off a close combat or a Mega Horn, then that's it. Both are guaranteed one-hit KOs. Ash's Infernape would also be a good choice, but the same rules apply as neither fighting types are faster than Darkrai. For Latios, well honestly, Ash doesn't really have much. Ash could bring his Glalie for some Ice-type super effective damage, but it's just gonna get outsped and 2-shot anyway. It does leave room for a Revenge Killer though, so it's not really a bad idea. Gliscor could do some nice damage with Ice Fang or Night Slash, but it would get easily overpowered. Honestly, the best thing for Ash to bring against Latios is his Snorlax. With a great special defense stat and good attack, it could take anything Latios can throw at it and easily beat it with a couple crunches. Latios really can't do much to Snorlax's defenses, so I believe that Ash could have at least gotten through Tobias' first 2 Pokemon fairly easily. If you disagree, that's what the comments are for. I'm not like the greatest Pokemon player in the world or anything, so it is feasible that I could have missed some things. But either way, I hope you enjoyed, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thanks again for watching this video. Sorry that it kind of came out so late. You might be able to hear it in my voice, but I recently had some pretty serious oral surgery. It ended up having a bigger impact than I thought, and the recovery was a lot longer than I thought, so I wasn't really able to do much editing. But I am back now, and I will hopefully be putting out more videos more often as soon as I can properly record without sounding weird or my mouth hurting. So hopefully that'll be soon. But I am not done at all. I'm going to keep making these videos, but as long as you guys keep watching them, I'll keep making them. So thank you guys.